Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine this. A man stands before a judge, trembling, as he realizes that the words he casually spoke in anger have now become the evidence used to seal his fate. His mouth was his own enemy. His words, once spoken, could not be taken back. They built a reality he never intended, yet now he must live with the consequences. The power of the tongue is greater than many realize. It can shape lives, open doors, or slam them shut. It has built kingdoms and destroyed civilizations. It has united families and torn them apart. The tongue is a small part of the body, but it carries the weight of life and death. Consider the power that words have in shaping a child's future. A young boy who constantly hears, "You are useless, you will never amount to anything," will grow into a man who believes those words, who walks in the shadow of failure because it was spoken over him repeatedly. On the other hand, a child who hears, "You are destined for greatness, you are full of potential," will carry those words like a banner, moving through life with confidence and purpose. Words do not simply disappear. They are planted like seeds in the soil of the mind and will grow into the fruit of either success or destruction. History has shown us that the greatest leaders did not rule with weapons first, but with words. A speech can ignite a revolution. A declaration can set a nation free. A simple phrase can inspire generations. But in the same way, a careless statement can shatter trust, start wars, and destroy lives. The tongue does not need fire to burn. It sets lives ablaze all on its own. Think about the moments in your own life where words changed everything. Perhaps it was a time when someone spoke encouragement over you, and suddenly you felt unstoppable. Or maybe it was the day someone insulted you so deeply that their words left scars on your heart. Words are not just sounds. They carry weight. They have energy. They create realities. And yet, so many speak without thinking, as if words evaporate the moment they are spoken. But they don't. They echo in the hearts and minds of those who hear them. Many relationships have ended, not because of actions, but because of words. Friendships have crumbled under the weight of gossip. Marriages have disintegrated under the sharpness of criticism. Business partnerships have collapsed because of words spoken in anger. The tongue, though small, is the most dangerous weapon a person carries. It needs no blade, no trigger, no physical force. It only needs to be set loose without control. A wise man once said, "Watch your words, for they will become your reality." If you constantly speak negativity, your life will mirror it. If you declare defeat, you will experience it. But if you discipline your tongue and choose your words wisely, you will shape a future that aligns with the power of wisdom. Great men and women understand this principle. They do not speak carelessly. They weigh their words before they release them. They understand that speech is like a contract. Once it is signed, you cannot take it back. There is a reason why some of the most successful people in history were also the most careful with their words. They understood that what they spoke would set the course of their lives. They refused to engage in idle talk, empty gossip, or destructive criticism. Instead, they used their tongues to inspire, to build, to encourage, and to lead. So I ask you, today, what reality are you creating with your words? What kind of future are you speaking into existence? If you want to see change in your life, start by changing the way you speak. Let your words reflect the future you desire, not the fears you entertain. Speak life, and life will follow. Speak wisdom, and wisdom will guide you. The power of the tongue is yours. Use it wisely. There are people sitting in prison today, not because of what they did, but because of what they said. There are families broken, not because of actions, but because of careless words. There are businesses that collapsed, friendships that dissolved, and opportunities that vanished, all because of loose lips. Words are not free. They come at a cost. Every word spoken has the potential to either build or destroy, to create or to kill. And the price of undisciplined speech is far greater than most people realize. How many people have lost relationships because they could not control their Tongue, a simple argument turns into a war when the wrong words are spoken. A marriage that could have been saved crumbles because one spouse refuses to control their anger. Friendships that took years to build can be torn down in a moment because of a single careless statement. Words are like arrows. Once they leave your mouth, you cannot bring them back. And if they wound someone deeply enough, the damage may never be undone. There are those who lose opportunities because they speak when they should be silent. A person walks into a room full of great minds, yet their need to be heard overshadows their need to listen. They talk too much, revealing their ignorance. Instead of choosing silence and learning from those with wisdom, a single reckless comment in a meeting can cost a person their promotion. A careless joke can cost a leader the respect of their followers. Speaking too quickly, too harshly, or without thought can cost a person their influence, their reputation, or even their livelihood. History is filled with examples of leaders, politicians, and public figures who lost everything because of words spoken in the wrong moment. A single speech can incite a riot. A leaked conversation can bring down an empire. Words, when misused, have the power to destroy not just the person speaking them, but everyone around them. And yet, so many speak without thinking, believing that words are harmless. But the truth is, words shape reality, and loose lips can set the world on fire. Consider the power of gossip. One whisper behind someone's back can spread like wildfire, ruining reputations and destroying trust. A lie once spoken takes on a life of its own, and even if the truth is later revealed, the damage is already done. A person who is known for speaking carelessly will eventually find themselves isolated, because no one trusts a loose tongue. The cost of speaking without wisdom is often loneliness, regret, and missed opportunities. There is a reason why the wisest people in the world speak less and listen more. They understand that words are like currency. You must spend them wisely. They know that silence can be more powerful than speech, that restraint can save a life, and that a well-timed word carries more weight than 1,000 careless ones. Those who master their tongue master their destiny, but those who let their lips run wild will eventually pay a price they cannot afford. The cost of loose lips is higher than most people are willing to admit. It is lost trust, broken relationships, shattered dreams, and missed opportunities. It is the regret that comes when you realize that what you said in a moment of anger has now defined your reality. The tongue is a small thing, but its power is immeasurable. And if it is not controlled, it will lead to destruction. So before you speak, ask yourself, is it worth the cost? There are times when the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not ignorance. Silence is a weapon, a tool, a strategy that separates the wise from the foolish. In a world where people speak without thinking, where everyone rushes to give their opinion, where words are thrown around carelessly, those who understand the power of silence hold an advantage that others do not. They know that a controlled tongue is the mark of a disciplined mind, and they refuse to let their words become their downfall. Silence has won wars. Silence has saved reputations. Silence has protected futures. When people understand this truth, they learn that not every battle requires a response, not every insult deserves a reaction, and not every conversation needs their input. There are those who have destroyed their own opportunities simply because they did not know when to remain silent. They spoke out of anger and lost their position. They exposed too much and lost their advantage. They revealed secrets to the wrong people and paid the price. Loose speech has cost people their careers, their relationships, their influence. But silence has saved them. A person who speaks less is often feared more. Why? Because one knows what they are thinking. Their silence makes others uneasy, uncertain, and cautious. When you do not reveal everything you think, you maintain power in any situation. A person who speaks too much exposes their weaknesses, their fears, and their intentions. But a person who controls their tongue keeps their enemies guessing. kings. Rulers and leaders have used silence as a weapon throughout history. They understand that restraint is power and that an unspoken word can hold more weight than 1,000 spoken ones. Silence is a shield in the face of criticism. There are people who have ruined their own reputation because they felt the need to respond to every attack. Instead of remaining calm, they reacted. Instead of ignoring slander, they engaged with it. And in doing so, they gave power to their accusers. But those who know the power of silence refuse to be drawn into unnecessary battles. They understand that sometimes the best answer is no answer at all, that silence speaks louder than words, that when they hold their peace, they keep their dignity. Silence is a tool in negotiation. The one who speaks less in a deal holds the most control. A salesperson who talks too much loses the sale. A negotiator who reveals too much loses the advantage. The person who knows when to remain silent forces the other party to reveal more, to become uncomfortable, to make mistakes. Great businessmen and leaders understand this. They do not fill every moment with words. They use silence strategically, knowing that the one who can wait the longest often wins. Silence protects relationships. How many arguments have escalated simply because someone could not keep quiet? A single moment of restraint could have saved a marriage, preserved a friendship, or kept a family together. But instead, words were spoken that could never be taken back. Some people talk themselves into trouble, while others remain silent and keep their peace. A person who understands the power of silence knows when to speak and when to stay quiet, and that discipline saves them from unnecessary pain. Silence is not just the absence of words, it is the presence of wisdom. It is knowing that not everything needs to be said. It is the ability to restrain yourself even when emotions push you to react. It is the strength to walk away when speaking will do more harm than good. And those who learn to wield silence as a weapon will find themselves winning battles that others lose, keeping what others waste, and securing what others forfeit. There is a time to speak, and there is a time to be silent. The difference between success and failure often lies in knowing which moment requires which response. Some people talk themselves into trouble, while others keep quiet and let wisdom work for them. Some remain silent when they should speak up, losing opportunities they were meant to claim. Wisdom is not just in the words you speak. It is in knowing when to release them and when to hold them back. There are moments in life when silence is the greatest strategy. When someone insults you, silence can protect your dignity. When rumors spread about you, silence can disarm your enemies. When emotions are high, silence can prevent regret. But there are also moments when silence is dangerous. When injustice is happening, silence can be a form of agreement. When an opportunity is presented, silence can be a missed blessing. When truth needs to be spoken, silence can become a burden. The key is to discern when to close your mouth and when to open it with wisdom. Some people have lost everything because they spoke when they should have been silent. A person in a meeting reveals too much information, losing the upper hand in a negotiation. A leader speaks in anger, damaging relationships beyond repair. A friend betrays a secret, destroying trust in an instant. Words spoken without thought are like arrows shot into the wind. Once they leave, you cannot bring them back, and you do not know where they will land. The price of careless speech is often far greater than people realize. But silence at the wrong time can also be a mistake. There are battles that require a voice, moments that demand truth, situations where speaking up is the only way to bring change. A person who remains silent when they should speak may find themselves overlooked, ignored, or replaced. Imagine standing before an opportunity, a chance to step into greatness, but choosing to say nothing out of fear. Many have lost their destiny, not because they lacked ability, but because they lacked the courage to speak when it mattered most. Great leaders, wise mentors, and successful individuals all understand this principle. They do not speak to be heard, they speak to make an impact, They do not remain silent out of fear. They remain silent out of strategy. Every word they release is intentional. Every silence they maintain is calculated. They know that speaking at the right time can open doors, and silence at the right time can protect everything they have built. The power of speech is not just in what you say, but in when you say it. The power of silence is not just in holding your tongue, but in knowing why you do it. A person who masters both will walk through life with wisdom, avoiding unnecessary losses and gaining victories where others fail. Those who speak carelessly will pay the price, and those who stay silent when they should speak will miss their moment. But those who discern the right time for both will find themselves ahead of the rest. Your words are not just sounds, they are seeds. Every sentence you speak plants something in your future, whether good or bad. A person who guards their words guards their destiny. A person who speaks carelessly puts their own life at risk. It is no coincidence that the most successful people in history were those who understood the power of speech. They knew that one wrong statement could ruin their reputation, one careless sentence could destroy their influence, and one unfiltered opinion could cost them everything they had built. The discipline of the tongue is the discipline of life. 8. Person who cannot control their words will struggle to control their actions. Someone who speaks without thinking will soon find themselves trapped by their own speech. How many relationships have ended because of reckless words? How many careers have been destroyed because of a single outburst? How many opportunities have slipped away because a person spoke too soon or said too much? The damage caused by words is often irreversible, and the pain they bring can last a lifetime. A wise person understands that not every thought needs to be spoken. Just because something is true does not mean it should be said. Some people take pride in speaking their mind, but they do not realize that their own words are the reason for their failures. Honesty without wisdom is dangerous. Truth without timing is destructive. The most powerful individuals are those who filter their words, ensuring that everything they say aligns with their purpose. Guarding your words means thinking before speaking. It means asking yourself, is this necessary? Is this beneficial? Is this the right time? Many people have caused their own downfall simply because they lacked the patience to remain silent. They revealed their plans to the wrong people. They spoke their ideas before they had fully developed them. They trusted their secrets with those who had no intention of protecting them. And in the end, they suffered because they failed to control their tongue. A guarded tongue is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes more power to remain silent in the face of provocation than to lash out with words. It takes greater discipline
to withhold unnecessary speech than to fill the air with meaningless talk. The person who can control their tongue can control their destiny. They avoid unnecessary battles. They maintain their reputation, and they attract the trust of those
around them. But the person who speaks without thought will soon find themselves paying a price they never expected. Guarding your words is guarding your future. The words you speak today will determine the opportunities you receive tomorrow. The discipline you show in speech will shape the relationships you build, the respect you earn, and the success you achieve. Words are powerful, but they must be handled with wisdom. Speak with purpose, speak with caution, and speak with the understanding that your life will follow the direction of your words. Words are never neutral. Every sentence you speak is either building or tearing down, creating or destroying, lifting up or pulling down. A person who speaks with purpose understands that their words are like arrows. They must be aimed with intention, released with wisdom, and directed toward a meaningful target. Those who use words carelessly scatter them in every direction, never considering the impact they will have. But those who understand the power of purposeful speech use their words to shape their lives, influence others, and leave a lasting mark on the world. Speaking with purpose means choosing words that align with your vision. It means refusing to engage in gossip, idle talk, or destructive speech. Many people sabotage their own success because they do not realize that their words are shaping their future. They constantly declare failure, and failure follows them. They complain about their circumstances, and their circumstances never change. But those who speak with vision declare what they want to see, and their lives move in that direction. A person who constantly speaks life will attract life. A person who speaks defeat will live in defeat. History remembers those who spoke with purpose. Leaders who inspired nations, teachers who shaped generations, and visionaries who cast a future that others followed. These people did not waste words. They understood that every statement they made had the power to move people, shift atmospheres, and create momentum. Their words were calculated, intentional, and powerful. They knew that words could start revolutions, birth new ideas, and set people free from limitations. Speaking with purpose also means knowing when to remain silent. A person who is constantly talking without meaning is like a cloud with no rain, full of sound, but producing nothing. Purposeful speech is not about talking more. It is about talking wisely. Some of the greatest victories in life come not from saying more, but from saying less. A person who knows how to pause, to think, and to release words only when necessary will always hold influence over those who speak without thought. Every conversation is an opportunity. When you speak, you either add value or you take it away. You either inspire or discourage. You either build trust or destroy it. A person who understands the weight of their words will never speak without considering the impact. They will use their voice to strengthen relationships, to bring solutions, to encourage, and to lead. They will not waste words on negativity, criticism, or fear. Instead, they will speak what aligns with their destiny. Speaking with purpose is not just about communication. It is about creation. Every word you speak is shaping the reality you live in. Speak life, and life will follow. Speak wisdom, and wisdom will guide you. Speak faith, and doors will open. The power of your words is greater than you imagine. Use it with intention, and watch your life transform. Your words are not just sounds. They are seeds, weapons, and keys. They can open doors or shut them forever. They can build your future or destroy everything you have worked for.
The wisdom to know when to speak and when to be silent is one of the greatest disciplines you can master. Loose lips have cost people their reputation, their relationships, and their opportunities. A careless word spoken in anger has ended marriages.
A reckless statement in a moment of frustration has cost people their jobs. A secret shared with the wrong person has led to betrayal. The cost of an undisciplined tongue is greater than most people realize, but there is power in restraint. There is wisdom in silence. There is strength in measured words. A person who controls their tongue controls their life. They do not waste words on negativity, gossip, or foolishness. They do not speak to impress. They speak to impact. They do not allow emotions to dictate their speech. They let wisdom guide them. If you want to live a life of purpose, influence, and success, you must learn to zip your mouth at the right time. Speak only when necessary. Use words with intention. Never let anger, fear, or insecurity drive your speech. Instead, let wisdom be the guard over your tongue, because in the end, your words will either be the reason for your rise or the cause of your downfall. The choice is yours. Zip your mouth, master your words, and watch your life transform.